Meanwhile, heavy snow and extreme cold is settling in across much of Western Canada right now. You can see it yourself right here. Edmonton and Whitehorse facing some of the most extreme conditions across the region. Edmonton is facing down the potential of up to 20 centimeters of snow by tomorrow morning, and parts of the region will feel closer to minus 31. The deep freeze has been locked in for weeks over large swaths of Western Canada. There have been multiple days at minus 40, and that is putting intense pressure on Yukon's power grid. Officials say the cold snap is pushing it to the brink right now, renewing concerns that rolling outages could leave some territory residents in the dark. Temperatures have dropped below minus 50 degrees Celsius in some communities. Those conditions being blown in by a weather storm coming in from Siberia, and it does not appear to be letting up anytime soon. You can see why people are worried. Whitehouse, for example, one of the cities threatened with the potential for power outages as the grid strains to hold up. Residents are being advised to prepare just in case. The mayor of Whitehorse, Kirk Cameron, joins us now to discuss the situation there. Mr. Mayor, thank you for taking the time. I want to ask you first off, just for an update, what's the latest you're hearing about conditions in the city?
Yeah, thanks very much, Mark, and good to connect with your viewers. You know what? We're a pretty well prepared community and territory. We work very closely with the Yukon government, the emergency measures organization that's set up. Very sophisticated back and forth happens between City of Whitehorse, the EMO, and other offices within the territory to ensure that our community and certainly the entire territory is well protected during these times. Yeah, we're putting a lot of pressure on the grid, but I'm told this morning that we're doing pretty well, given that we're still sitting at about minus 43 at the moment. And I do notice a little historical tidbit for your viewers, but back in 1947 in Snag, Yukon, which is a little bit north from here, they got down to minus 81.4 Fahrenheit.
Wow.
It's a mild minus 63, but it's still pretty cold. So we're doing okay at this time.
Yeah, minus 50 is balmy by comparison. Thank you for putting some of that into context. We had heard from the energy minister that the power grid was under, quote, significant strain. But it's nice to hear from someone on the ground there that, you know, it seems to be holding up at this point. I'm sure your residents will appreciate that. Regardless, though, people are being advised to prepare just in case. And if an outage does happen from a city level, what plans are in place to help out residents?
Oh, yes. We've got quite the elaborate set of options available to residents, not just here, but if there are communities, for instance, last summer, Mayo and Old Crow had to be evacuated. Many of those residents came here to Whitehorse. And so we have a number of facilities like the Canada Game Centre. They're well prepared to take in individuals. These warm shelters will be made available when needed, but we're not at that point yet. There are a number of people anecdotally around town that are really suffering. In the condominium complex I'm in here, we've got at least one property with frozen pipes. We're working to try and resolve that problem. Yeah, people are struggling, but we're holding our own.
When we tell people to prepare for the worst case scenario, it's one thing to tell people to prepare, but it's another to tell people how to prepare. What things do people need to have in mind? How should they prepare for this just in case?
Yeah, it's that critical 72-hour kit is what we ask our residents to put together. They need a light in there. You can't see out the window here, but it's still dark, and that's most of the day. We just got through the solstice, so we're still in the dark, and so you want light. You want a battery-operated radio so you can hear what's happening in the community. You want to have backup of drugs and medications if you need them. You want a little bit of dog food and cat food. If you've got pets, you'll definitely want to have some supply of water, and preferably not frozen. So you want to have the opportunity to keep a food product and also your water supply in a place that's going to stay above freezing. So there are a host of things that need to be inside that kit. Obviously warm blankets, mitts, toques, very important at this time of year.
And another thing, if I could add, that I like to hammer home in situations like this, because we've covered so many stories about this, but if you are operating a generator, please don't operate it inside. And I want to give you, Mayor Cameron, one opportunity to just let the people in your community know where they can get the most up-to-date info from local authorities.
Yes, thanks. The local authorities, we have both our emergency line for City of Whitehorse. We have a 911 service where one of the options is to ask for information and advice. Of course, the RCMP and our emergency medical services are all available at this point in time. City of Whitehorse folks never sleep. We've got 24-hour service 7 days a week, and our folks are available and able to help out over the course of this cold weather. By the way, it does plan to warm up in a couple of days, just in time for heavy snowfall. So you're trading one off for another.
Yeah, well, hey, we're thinking of you, Mayor Cameron. All the best to you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you and everyone in Whitehorse. Thank you so much for your time. That's valuable information, and all the best in this situation.
Thank you so much, and stay safe, stay warm. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Take care.